this module, I want to look at some new stuff. I want to look at how we can use knees differently. I want to look at some more arms pins in the front. I want to look at, also I want to look at being choked. When someone's actually really getting in there, not just holding you, not just pinning you now, but actually trying to kill you. So we're going to start with an attempt at the pin. So again, in the scuffle, you can find yourself pinned, like so. Remember, to pin you, for it to be effective, they have to get close and they have to pull you right in and hold you like so. As the guy comes in to grab us, we're going to wedge that hip. As he comes in, I'm going to wedge that hip. Now that we've wedged that hip, now we've got the energy to drive our knees in. So the main thing here, guy comes on, wedge, drive your knees in, drive your knees in, drive your knees in. If you get your hands out, but the palm strikes, if he's too close, thumbs into the eyes. Pumping, more knees, if necessary, and then escape. So the guys come in trying to grab you, and they're going to shift back, and your hands go out like so. So they're catching him on the hip. You're creating a wedge. So we come in and we shift back. Now, by shifting back and wedging him, we've created the distance, and we've set our knee up. So now we just literally start to hammer that knee in. So, okay, so let's go again. Step back, wedge, drive knees in. Okay, so the idea is once your hands come free, you start pumping those hands into him. If he's too close, use your thumbs into your eyes like we did in the grab in the front, and just let that go. Okay, so step back, wedge, and drive those knees in. It's a simple move, so we're going to let you go straight on that. Okay, let's go. Come on, guys, really go in and try to grab them now. Come on. Really go in and try to grab them. But what happens? What happens if you screw up the wedge and you do it and the guy gets all the way and he grabs you right at full tight? So has anyone any idea what I'm going to do here? So what I'm going to do, we can bite, we'll come back to biting later. So look where my hands are, into his groin. Make him want to step back. And if it's too tight, I just grab either side of his groin. Just watch this. I grab either side of his groin and I rip up and down. Okay, so we just can't, if he's too tight, if I can just hit him, great. But if it's too tight, there's no move, I just rip up and down. Usually they move back when you do that. Now there's something a little bit evil I do here as well, because it just adds a little bit of a bonus to the technique. And what that is I step back and I grab, and I just grab here, I grab and I twist. Okay? So look what happens when you twist here. I want to catch the face. Yeah, I grab. But look what happens in the face when you twist here. Alright, so there's a whole set of nerves here. It doesn't work on everybody, to be honest, but when it works, it's quite a lot of fun. Alright, from here our arms are pinned. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit with the thumbs. Hit with the thumb edges into the groin, or we can come in and grab. And then we're going to shoot back. And really what we want to do is drop our weight back. Then we reach and grab and twist just as a bit of a bonus and drive those knees in. As our hands come free, we blast knees, and then of course we can add our knees in, adding everything we've already done. Okay, so let's have a go with that. Let's go. Earlier on in the previous module, we were looking at the idea of dealing with the grab from behind. And we had a nice clean move where the elbows worked. But you can somehow find yourself in scenarios where the guy really knows what he's doing and he's come in low and tight. Like he's just he's come in low and tight and you can't get to his head. Or even like, you know, if you're a lighter person, he's picked you up. So I can't get to his head. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch and I'm going to take that hand and take that finger off. Okay? So basically what I'm actually doing is I'm attacking him on basically the metacarpals. These are really, 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 really painful bones. And so what we do is we come in and bam, bam, and at the same time as I do that, I peel a finger back. And when I get in, I snap it. Okay? So the drill here is you're going for the elbows, it's not working. You reach and you go for a finger, and at the same time as you go for a finger, you knock the hand and you snap that finger. So the grab is on. If I could have done my main move, I can't. So now I'm going to switch. I'm going to go for a finger at the same time to soften the hand. I bring it in, I get in, and I snap. And and then basically I immediately go back to my core techniques. I'm making him pay for attacking me. And we're gonna make sure we hit with the pointy knuckles of our hand, like so. And it's bone on bone. In my experience, that's very, very painful. And at the same time as we do that, we rip a finger. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so now we're gonna move on. We've been in the scuffle, but what this guy actually does now is he comes in and he chokes me. He has to put a choke on. And he's trying to choke me. Now, a big mistake that people make is they try to use strength. And there's no point attacking the arms here because his arms are bent. And this could be against the wall as well, yeah? So someone who's choking is trying to kill you. All right, so it's a bit there. And the other thing that you have to understand what's going on in your brain, the anxiety and the shock of no air and just the constriction of the air passages can actually create panic in the system. It's quite a dangerous move. So we don't really like to, so strength is just on, and he's good at this, right? So basically, you need to be quick at getting out of this. So what we do is, as the choke comes on, I'm gonna strike, I'm gonna break it and strike. So I'm not gonna use strength because I'm trying to use strength here. Look, it's not working, I can't get it. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna use a plucking motion. I'm gonna bring my hand in, I'm gonna use a plucking motion. And at the same time, I'm gonna plucking motion, I'm gonna go in and strike him back. Now, I'm not gonna stand here, I'm just sort of going slow so you can see the technique. And then when this happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choke and then I'm going to fucking attack, right my knees in and continue with my attacks. The move is make your hand into a hook. The key element of this is speed. So you come in and you pluck. You're keeping your elbow high. Keeping your elbow high, coming in and plucking. Keeping your elbow high, coming in and plucking. At the same time, you attack, preferably underneath the jawline, because that drives his head back, compressing the base of his, the top of the spine. So choke and bam. And then from here, you continue with attacks. Okay? So what we have now is we're going to make our hands into a plucking type move. And we keep that elbow high. And we come in and we pluck against our own body, keeping that touching point very high. And at the same, and we want to be fast. The big idea is it's a ripping motion. It's all one big move. At the same time, the other hand comes up underneath attacking. There's no point just breaking that choke. This person's trying to kill you. You need to go after them. You need to deter them. So the choke comes on and pluck and hit. So choke comes on and it's pluck and hit. So pluck and hit. So one more time, Maurizio. So the choke comes on, I'm in choked, and it's pluck and hit. Choke comes on, pluck and hit. I'm plucking. Maurizio's going to do as hard as he can, and I'm plucking. I'm plucking and striking. And now I can continue. Okay, let's work that. Let's go. Let's go. So we're going to do a closing technique. The closing drill is we're going to have the pad again with a partner. So grab a partner with a pad, please. And your job is to attack the pad with palms and knees. But this time you're putting all the grabs on. The headlocks, the grabs in front, the arms pinned, the arms coming for the front with the arms pinned, getting in close, getting out there, and you're going to add in the knock. So the big idea is to make your partner work. So guys, we're moving up now in the levels and aggression. So now as your partners become more skilled and more capable, you need to put more pressure on them. You need to make them work. Remember, in the real world, you're going to have to work to make this happen. So let's pressure your partner, work them. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so let's close this out. The big ideas here, we looked at arms pinned. We looked at stopping the arms pinned, coming in. The fact we looked at going to the groin. We looked at using pinching again. Pinching, it's not a miracle worker, but it can be very useful if you're just looking to distract or cause a bit of pain. We looked at the whole idea of breaking chokes using the plucking motion, very important, the sharp plucking motion. And we looked at the idea of using the knock and breaking the finger, ripping the finger. No matter how big somebody is, if you break their finger, they're going to be a little bit upset. They're going to be a little bit preoccupied. Okay, so give yourselves a round of applause. Okay.